we're gonna go over the perfect app for Olympic weightlifting, and we're gonna start right now. So when we designed Peak Strength, one of the big aspects was that we were just gonna focus on sports performance and then slowly try and dial it in and then release a weightlifting version inside of Peak Strength. So the best part about that is that we were able to discuss things with other weightlifters. We could find out, do you focus on a split jerk or a power jerk? We wanted to build a system that was based around, does your squat suck? Maybe you're very weak with pulls, or maybe you're a pretty balanced weightlifter. And then how would that look like over 16 to 20 weeks? And then all those different exercises that we wanna use and that we wanna choose based off of days of the week. Okay, so we were able to work through all of these different things and provide you with that Olympic weightlifting portion of Peak Strength. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you exactly how you can do this. So you can go in, and right now you're looking at My Athletic Fitness. I'm testing this. I have a lot more than 0 tons lifted, but I'm testing this currently just to show you guys how to do this, okay? So you can go in, I wanna establish a new program. So I'm going in right now, you can see I have Athletic Fitness. I'm gonna click off of that and I'm gonna say, I wanna build a new program. So now I go back to sports performance, and here it is. Ding, 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 there it is, Olympic weightlifting. Now, we can change. Do you wanna use pounds or do you wanna use metric, okay? So imperial or metric, I wanna use metric. Now, height. You might have to do some conversion for the height to figure that out, right? 185 centimeters. I weigh about 100 to 102 kilos. My equipment manually entered. You can go in and you can change anything that you have here. You can remove them or add them in. Let's see, I do have a leg press. I have pull-up rings. I've got a stationary bike, actually. I've got a rower. Don't have a swimming pool, but I do have a fan bike. Now, let's go back over here, and I'm training for Olympic weightlifting. This is a cool aspect. When you go into the program, you can say, what is your preferred jerk? My preferred jerk, split jerk, champion split jerk. Although Lu Xiaojun, power jerk, so did Piros Dimas, but you need to have a huge back squat. Now, if I said, all right, I have a best snatch of, actually my best snatch ever is 145 in a comp. My best clean jerk is horrific, 162. My best back squat, let's say I did 242 for a double during COVID. So let's just pretend it's 242 to make myself feel better. I can add that in. Now, I can look at that clean RM. So this is separate from the clean and jerk. So let's say that best clean is still 162. My best jerk, behind the neck jerk, I did do 212, but let's just say from the front rack, 182. Front squat best is 205 for a double. So let's say 205. Power clean, my best power clean is about 155. Don't make fun of how I can power clean, almost the same as my full clean. It's been a long time. Best power jerk would be about probably 170, and then we can fill that out. Okay, so we're done with that. Now, the next aspect, now that establishes our strength levels, it's communicating with the program based off the algorithm that we generated from over a decade of weightlifting information, weightlifting data, weightlifting experience, me going to world championships, me at the Olympics, and just analyzing percentages that different lifters are hitting all the time, and then seeing what essentially makes a stable lifter. Now we're looking at the start date is October 13th. That's the date today. Ironically, you guys are gonna know the day I film this, but my peak date, let's say 12/10/23. So that's only gonna give us about 8 weeks. So let's go February 15th of 24. Whoops, not 54, 24. Okay, so we're gonna save that. And now I wanna do, this is the cool part here, is that you can see workouts per week, okay? Do you wanna do 3 workouts? Do you wanna do 4? Do you wanna do 5? Do you wanna do 6? And so we base each day essentially as like, baseline competitive is like day 1. Maximal competitive is day 6 usually. And then what we do is then we bring in, okay, we're doing a strength variation lift or we're doing a technical variation lift. And that helps us designate, we have an athlete day, that helps us designate days of the week. And then the program is set up that way so we can do both lifts in one day, but the way it's periodized throughout the week is that if we're selecting lifts, like a technical variation, that might be a muscle snatch and that's not gonna beat you up. So we sort of of pick that. And then what happens if you say, well, I only want to lift 4 days, I sort of pull out specific days to create that algorithm. I want to lift 6 days a week because champions train 6 days a week. Actually, some people will train 9 sessions a week, up to 12. Okay, now we're getting into that exposure phase. I'm going to get off of that. Now you can see what those days look like. So it creates that program. I'm on athlete day. I can do maximal competitive, and we can see what that appears to be. Now we have week 1 exposure phase, right? And we can go all the way, and we can see how it's built out to that February 15th. I want to do baseline competitive. So baseline competitive during the exposure phase is going to show you, I want to do snatches, I'm going to do 4 triples. And I'm going to just walk you through this because this is going to show you too, what does this appear to be? We've got snatch technique overview, we have the beginner snatch progression, we have common mistakes, we have how to properly fail. And then some of the really cool stuff is that you can have your history on the back end. So you're going to have this history, which in the future you will be able to export and really develop this, but it's going to be fully fleshed out so that every time that you snatch, you're gonna have this in the back end. Now, if we go back, okay, I wanna show you on the maximal competitive day, I wanna jump ahead to this workout. So I'm gonna warm up, we're gonna get through that warm up. Warm up is done. Now, we're gonna get through here. And one thing I wanna show you is I'm gonna be doing doubles here. Let's say this is a double at 121. I want to just show you this as I failed. I missed that rep. If you notice the circles here, that's going to show up as a red. Before moving on to the next set, give this weight another try. Okay, so we're going to try that again. All right, now I'm going to show that as a missed rep. That's going to log that as another red. So what that does then is like, okay, you had 2 misses. We got to drop down and reestablish what we're trying to do. So I get down to 105. Let's say that was easy. Okay, now it's going to be coming back up based off of how we're programming. Okay, so now let's say we log that was moderate at 110, now it's going to give me 115, and then let's say that was pretty challenging, that was pretty hard. Now we're going to work, okay, 118, just a little bit of an increase for a triple then, and then that's going to be that last set. Now that's going to take us into clean and jerks. Okay, so if we go in and we watch this video here, you got Haley, who's a world bronze medalist, demonstrating what the clean and jerk is, and she's a world bronze medalist in the clean and jerk. Okay, so she's one of the best in the world. So you're gonna have demonstration of Haley on screen going through that. I'm standing there explaining everything. And if we wanted to replace that exercise, what's also cool is, let's say somebody doesn't want to work their split jerk on that specific day. Although if you set your standard as split jerk, you probably should be doing that. Or let's say that maybe your knees are bugging you, and when you do a power clean, your knees don't hurt as much, okay? Although sometimes I think power cleans hurt knees more than full clean. So now what we can do is we can actually replace that if we want to. I don't want my program to remember that. And then we can work through that entire program, and it's also going to show us where are the absolute strength movements, and then what are the accessories on that specific day, and then even what are your mobility issues. So that's one of the biggest factors here that we wanted to share with everybody, was we wanted to show how we lay out a week, and how have we laid out this week for every athlete that we've gotten to the World Championships, that we've coached from day one. Haley Reichert from when she was in 6th, 7th grade. Jake Horst, 6th, 7th grade. Jordan Wissinger since he was in 10th grade. All of these athletes are individuals that we worked with since day one. Okay, they've only ever had one coach. Now we've got athletes like Kyle Martin Jr., Ryan McDonald, Devin Welker, who just won the youth national title, all of these different athletes, and how we used our program to really, really dial in their technique while also improving their overall strength. So if you guys want to test this out for free, you can head over to peakstrength.app, download that. You're gonna get those 6 free workouts if you select 6, and you're gonna be able to go through an entire week. And I recommend, even during that entire week, that you improve your mobility, you focus on your recovery, you make sure that you're eating enough protein, you're getting enough sleep so that you can recover for that next workout. All of this stuff, all of this program is laid out strategically to help you guys hit those monster PRs, to help you guys become a champion, to help you guys understand periodization, understand technique, understand the way that week needs to be laid out. Weightlifting is an extremely challenging sport. There's a lot of moving pieces. It's extremely arduous, and we wanted to make this as easy for you so that you could become a freak. Because remember, freaks, if you want to become a champion, you've always got to cultivate your power. Peace.